Arto Saari is the OG Chris Joslin. Initially, I wanted to open the video by saying that Arto Saari is the poor man's Chris Joslin. I like the way that sounds, but if I think about it for 2 seconds, A, it's entirely not true and stupid, and B, if you think about it, Chris Joslin is the poor man's Chris Joslin. So, I digress. I love Arto Saari. He's one of the guys I grew up really looking up to, right? Just everything in general about him sort of screams one-track mind, right? Not to say that he's one-dimensional in any way. What I mean is, when he skates, he looks like he's thinking, if I can just land this trick, everything else is gonna be okay after that. I absolutely love seeing any skater that looks like they have no other choice but to skate at full force and to concentrate and use their entire mind and body and apply it here and now on this trick. Every trick. Arto Saari did that for me growing up. I recognize this in Chris Joslin, a lot of Zero skaters as well. I feel like Zero is a lot about that. But yet again, I digress. We now have Santa Monica in this game in the form of the LA map, which is, I think, the name of a Snoop Dogg song, I think. So let's get out of this intro. Let's get into some new clothes because I'm recording the intro after having finished the entire edit of this video. And let's head on over to one of the most world famous skate spots, the Santa Monica triple set. So, what are we up to today? The thumbnail spoiled it. Flip Saari. 2002.
As brilliant as they are on their skateboards, they're fucking idiots off them.
Arto Saari. Takes one of the biggest impacts of his life. Almost dies from a vomit concussion.
Arto Saari, he almost died twice while making this film.
And gives his part to Tom Penny. Who just sort of skates the entire part in a fever dream kind of montage. And then takes back his part from Tom Penny.
Arto, wake up! Wake up, let's go skate, man!
In case you haven't seen the video, you should go take a look at it. It's actually one of the most legendary parts. And, among other things, does a backside flip over the Santa Monica triple set. And then, about 4.5 minutes later, ends his part with a switch flip over the Santa Monica triple set. So that's what we're up to today. We're gonna recreate those two tricks. We're going to film them exactly like they were filmed in the part, and as an added bonus at the end, I'm gonna throw everything I can at this clip in terms of color correction so that I can slide it into the actual part and see if it meshes well together with the actual VX footage. So, without further ado, if we take a look at what my guy's wearing, what a nice coincidence. He's wearing exactly what Arto was wearing in his part when he did the backside flip. You love to see it. So, we gotta take a look at a few things so we can set our stats right. How fast does he flip it? How long does he ride the board after having caught the kickflip? He's going really fast, he goes up and down really fast, but he flips it pretty fast too. He catches it like midway, the way you should, and just rides the rest of the 180 down to the flat. Now, if you pay close attention, you can see that he's doing the last second 90-degree rotation using his arms to help him finish the rotation, so we're gonna have to do it like that as well. Let's just make sure we have our stats that reflect it. Board to body distance as low as we can without making it look dumb. High pop height, maybe we want to keep it here relatively high so that it's a little bit floaty, but not too much. Body rotation rate, very good at 1, so that we can really like minutely control the rotation. That's what we want. What about flip speed? He flips it relatively fast, but he's still doing it over a big gap, so we don't want it to flip too fast. Let's leave it at 8. How does that look? That was pretty cool, but I don't like how board to body distance is like not enough. And I don't like how high he pops. Let's bring that down. Board to body distance up to 4. How does that look? Okay, I think I agree with this one right here. It looks very good, very solid. You know what I just noticed? He under rotates just a little bit and rides away from the camera like towards the street. So let's try to do that. Oh, not going fast enough. Oh, that was it. I think that was it. Let's go take a look with the fish. That looks amazing, dude. Let's take it. Let's remove the UI. Free cam. Dude, that looks exactly like it. That's crazy. Okay, we're not out of the woods yet. Now we gotta figure out the lighting. There's not a lot of people on the street. There's not a lot of circulation around the stores, so that makes me feel like it's the middle of the day-ish. People are still at work. And there's a big old shadow around here, probably from the palm trees. You can see the lines that lead up to the street there, but the shadow is all over the stairs. So I wonder if we have palm trees behind. We have these ones, and that's pretty much all we have to work with. All right, let's see, what do we got here? It's something like 3 or 4 p.m. Okay, the shadow is angling towards us. What if we bring the sun down a little bit? Oh, wait. Okay. Sun down even more. 6 p.m. What? Dude, this is like kind of perfect. It makes the background like overexposed, just like in the clip. The sky is at full clouds, so that's good. Because in the original clip, you don't see the sky in its normal like blue-violet kind of VX filter hue. So the stairs are shadowy, the backside flip happens in the shadow, the background is overexposed. I think this is it. Usually I don't find the time of day and sun angle so quickly, so I'm really happy about how that went. Now, the moment we've all been waiting for. Let's do the filming. So when recreating a clip from an original real-life clip, it's a little bit different than when we create it from scratch within session. And I like to think that there's a method to the madness, alright? So if we remember the 3 key moments that I put in another tutorial, right? The pop, the middle of the trick, and the landing. You have to think of which keyframe out of those 3 is the most impactful and important one. I like to think that it's the middle of the trick, right? So we catch the trick. This is the part of the trick that you want to frame properly first, according to how the trick shows up in real life. The angle of the board is really similar to what we got here. We see the top plateau a little bit, like the plateau between the middle and the top stairs. And we have the bottom stairs sort of going off in a straight line. And obviously Arto here is really on the side of the screen, right? Still very much to the left of the screen. So this is the keyframe we're putting in first. And the next most important keyframe is the landing. So let's move forward in time. So the landing has the bottom stair set going off vertically. This actually looks really very much like it. Okay, so by accident, it seems that I got it pretty much exactly spot on. And I'm gonna set in this keyframe right here. And this gives us an idea of where the camera should be for the rest of the trick here. So from the start of the clip to the pop, the framing stays exactly the same. So let's get that framing right now. Right at the pop, we can barely see the top plateau. So we can bring the camera down a little bit here. And we definitely do see the bottom stairs. So we want them to be very much in the shot. And they're kind of cutting away vertically still towards the street there. I think we're gonna have to make do with what we have. I want to keep the default field of view of Sessions fisheye, so we're gonna have to keep it like this. This is really not so bad. And from here, let's just back up all the way here and put in a keyframe. So how does that look? Okay, starting to look really good. I love it. Let's put in the roll away keyframe. So we keep the framing all the way to the end of the shot as he rides away. I think this might be good. Let's remove the UI and take a look at it. I'll never ever get used to it. Dude, this game is insane. This is peak skate simulation right here. This is what it is. I don't want to get too excited, but we're not out of the woods yet. So I'm gonna edit this entire first part of the video together, and I'm gonna come back and film the second part of this video afterwards. Alright, let's move on to the end of the part. Now, what is he wearing? It looks like he's wearing a brown shirt. Would it be an ES shirt? Gray, white shoes, and like those raven black pants. Alright, let's do it. They don't have any flip shirts, you know? That's just a truth that I'm gonna have to accept. Oh, ew. I think this has to be it. Yeah, it's literally the same color. I probably own a pair of these already, but too lazy to go back to the apartment. Let's take a look at ES shoes. What do they got? Yo, this will do it. 60 bucks? Alright, and with that, we are ready for a night session. It is done, and now we warp, and now we push, and now we switch flip. That was sick. Let's get the exact perfect angle. For the start of the clip, we got something like this going on. And let's move on to the pop. The pop, we start moving up. Catch the trick, camera stops moving upwards. And we're keeping him a little bit in the upper portion of the screen, but right in the middle, horizontally speaking. Oh, I see what they did there. So we brought the camera up like that, and you can see it by going from the middle to the landing. You see the camera goes down. Yeah, right down here, because we have the stairs sort of traversing the middle of the screen, and we're a little bit more off to the side here. And do they keep lowering after the moment the skate touches the ground? Yeah, you see they pan in a little bit for the roll, so like that and like that right there, and for the rest it should be good. Right off into the night, and they just hold it there forever until the end of the clip. So let's just give it a tiny bit of a nudge and go to the end of the clip, and a small nudge there as well to give it a little bit of extra animation. Now, what does that look like? Full screen? I don't like the timing on pop. Yeah, it should still be here. So go back to this keyframe, montage view off, move up to the pop, and put in this keyframe here. We cycle back to free cam, readjust this starting keyframe. You see, and I don't like this little dip down up, so we're gonna move this keyframe up a little bit higher, and that's gonna cancel out that dip. Oh, that was it, dude. 1984. Alright, those were the two clips. That was it. Santa Monica DLC, LA DLC. I'm gonna be having a lot of fun in this skate park. We'll see what other kind of videos I'll be making in the future on this triple set. Definitely gonna be part of real life part remakes. But until then, see you in the next one. Patience for your practice.
Good night, thank you.